turn my face on. Um, February is still about the tools that I love. I want to come in and share with you all tools that I've been using either for a long time or that I've recently discovered in probably the past few months that I am enjoying and I'm finding good use out of. And so I want to come in this month and share with you what those tools are and give you a little overview of them. And today we're going to talk about Opus Clip and Castmagic. And I'm also going to be sharing with you later on that I have a free workshop that I'm going to be doing on Tuesday of next week with Castmagic, so that you can really see how I implement it in my daily course and workflow. And then you can get questions answered by Greg from Castmagic. I think that it's a great way for you to be able to learn about different tools and really hear from the originators what you need to know about that tool and how to use it and ask any questions that you have. So I am going live again, as I said, on YouTube Shorts, which I started last week for the first time, and I'm doing it again. And I know that you guys on Shorts can't see when I share my screen, so you can pop over to my YouTube channel if you want to see me share my screen, which I'm going to do in a minute. But I wanted to talk and welcome everyone that's here live, both on Shorts as well as on YouTube or LinkedIn. And please definitely let me know if you are on so that I can shout you out. You can ask questions, you can just say hi, whatever you want to do. But I wanted to feature these tools for a number of reasons. One, I wanted to share tools that I'm liking and really enjoying using, and I think you could benefit from as well. But then also I wanted to share the reasons why, which have to do a lot of times with the same reasons that a lot of solopreneurs have in their business. Either they just are short on time, they don't have the time to really focus on doing certain aspects, whether it's video creation or things that go along with that. And they are struggling and they need to have some sort of help. And one thing that I have totally enjoyed and loved about the birth of AI and the accessibility that it gives to all of us is the ability for us to have a virtual team where we wouldn't normally have one. And so this is for really all of you who are solopreneurs who want to be able to create content on a regular. You see all these other people posting and doing all of these things. They got blogs, they got emails, they got social media posts, they're doing videos, they're doing shorts, they're doing TikToks. And you're like, well, how in God's name are they doing that? And in some instances, they have a physical team, and in other instances, they're using AI to help them. So the two tools that I'm going to be talking about are all AI-based tools, and I want to get started showing you that. So first up is on the screen is my account at Castmagic. Now, Castmagic is one of the newer tools that I have encountered. I just started using them in December. And for all intents and purposes, it's a repurposing tool, but it's looked at in a slightly different way than you would look at some other repurposing tools, like the one that I'm also going to show you an overview of, which is Opus Clip. Typically, when you hear the term repurpose, you think, oh, okay, I take my video and I put it in, or even my audio, and I put it into this tool and it spits out shorter clips of what I want. So a lot of you probably have used repurpose.ai, video.ai. I mean, there's just too many. Opus, there's just a whole heap of them that are out there. But Castmagic is a little bit different. And Castmagic is, I think it was actually created, and we can ask Greg to confirm this. It was actually originally created for podcasters. So a lot of podcasters are going to probably really enjoy this, but it's really for any recorded content that you have. And the recorded content can be a a podcast. It can be an interview that you did on a podcast, or even an interview that you did, a private interview, one-on-one on Zoom. It could be a live stream, like my live streams that I'm doing now, and I have been doing since January. I've been utilizing Castmagic, and I'll share that with you. Or even if you're doing it with YouTube videos. Frankly, it's any kind of recorded content. And one of the other gems that they have is they have an app that you can use. I know they have it for iOS, but do not quote me if they have it for Android. I'm not sure if there has to be one for Android, but I could be wrong. And again, that's a question we can ask and confirm with Greg next week. And when you have it on your phone, what it allows and affords you the ability to do, which I like to do, and I used to do this a lot, is sometimes you just have thoughts in your head and you're like, I want to do a PowerPoint presentation for this particular event on whatever this topic is. And you want to kind of do a word vomit or a brainstorm vomit on all of the things that you want to talk about in that, or what the goal of the presentation might be, or the goal of a blog post or an email that you want to, email sequence that you want to create. So you can use their iOS device so that you can record this. You can just do a dump of all of this, and then that is something that you can then use in Castmagic. So let's get started in just sort of walking you through exactly what you need to do on, or how I use, I shouldn't say what you need to do, how I use Castmagic. So in Castmagic, you can create a number of spaces, and I have all of these spaces that I've created. One is any kind of live presentation or webinar that I'm doing. The iOS recordings are anything that I record on my phone that might just be some ideas that I can have, and they can range from personal to things that I need to do for my business. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with testimonials, but I have a space for that. And then I have a space for what I'm doing today, which is a live stream, or for my YouTube videos. And then anytime I'm interviewed on a podcast, I have a space for that now. And then Marketing Assistant is sort of where I do a lot of my sort of brainstorming for the marketing ideas that I may have for my business. So in order to look into, I have this open right now, you can go straight to your recording. So as soon as you upload your video or your recording, I shouldn't just assume that it's always going to be a video, you will be able to transcribe that video or that recording. And all you would need to do is come here to import, and then you can import either by physically bringing it from your desktop. So it can be something, a physical file that's on your computer, or it could actually be a link that's on on YouTube, Vimeo. It could be an Instagram reel or from TikTok, and you want to add that in. Once you've added that in, it's then going to immediately transcribe and then ask you who the speakers were. So you're going to have to identify who all of the speakers are. And again, if you have any questions as I'm going through this, let me know. But definitely, I encourage you to come to the workshop. It's a free workshop that we're going to have next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, however you want to. Let me put the link in there. And you can also take a shot of the QR code in the corner if you are interested. It is free. And so once you have your transcript of your presentation, and you can do this whether it's a live presentation that you had the privilege of recording, or in some instances, what I do is I always do run-throughs on my recordings, on my presentation. So it could be the run-through that you've done. And then you have two choices up here. You can click on AI content, which will automatically create the content for you, or you can come in here to Magic Chat and just think of Magic Chat as ChatGPT. So you can then specifically ask it to do certain things. So once you come into your AI content, for each of your spaces, you're going to have different types of prompts that you can assign to the space based on what kind of content you're going to want to get from that. And so the kinds of content typically that you need to think about when it comes to Castmagic, which I think is so really good about Castmagic, is repurposing in text format your content. So what does that mean? You have a video presentation. You want to turn that video presentation into a blog post. You can do that here. You want to get I'm going to go through some of these. The timestamp overview, because one of the things that I do is depending on the presentation, more often than not, well, certainly my live streams that are on YouTube, I want to add timestamps to them. So I will upload the video here using the link from YouTube and then get the timestamps and then copy and paste that into my YouTube account so that video has the timestamps in them. Then another thing is if you want to then retitle your video, which I would recommend doing. You can, the prompt here is asking for 10, but you can choose however many title generations you want to have, and you can give it very specific information down to how many characters you want that title to contain, and also articulating that you want to make sure that the keywords are pulled from the content that it's, or from the recording that it has captured. And so you can certainly do that there. In this instance, it's also giving you an idea for a lead magnet. So it's giving you a social media post that you can promote where you're promoting, let me see. This says lead magnet. Okay, so it's promoting, in this instance, it's promoting my digital course with, I don't have private coaching, but I have group coaching along with that. Sometimes what you'll also see, oh, here's another one. It's giving you an idea to create an ultimate video creation blueprint. So that's an idea that maybe you didn't think about for your presentation that you did, that the next time you do this, oh, that might be a good tool that I can use. Or if you actually upload this before you've done the presentation, you're doing this from the run through that you're creating, then you can get some ideas for a giveaway that you can have as a lead magnet so that you can then start building your email list. And so there are other things, obviously, keywords that you can use on YouTube, the description for YouTube. If you want to have talking points, you might want to use this for any number of things. This could actually be a mini presentation. Like sometimes I've had presentations that are obviously like 40, 45 minutes long, but then someone might say, oh, I would love it if you could do a presentation for us, and I only have 10 minutes of a window for you. I've done a lot of those like lunch and learn type things, or guest appearances in someone's group, and they're not giving you 40, 50 minutes to speak, but they're only giving you about 10 or 15. You can take an existing presentation that you have, not have to go in there and manually do things, but you can actually come in here and get from the talking points and objectives, you can get something that will really be able to give you a succinct opportunity to present on the same topic, but it just in a different manner. Because in this example, you won't need to use your PowerPoint slides or I use Beautiful.ai, another AI tool for my presentations, but you won't need to necessarily use your slides, or even if you do, you may only need to use a few slides along with what you're talking about. Obviously, you can then also get social media posts. In this instance, it's only giving you one, but you could ask for multiples. Again, all of these are based on prompts, and you can tell them exactly how many prompts or how many posts you would want for all of these different prompts. If you're somebody that uses Threads, I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I haven't really jumped full force into it. There are prompts that can give you 5 different posts that you can use on Threads. Just if you wanted to experiment and you didn't want to have to rack your brains. That's what I love about Castmagic. And then also you can do a custom newsletter if that's something that you want to do on a weekly or on a monthly basis. It also gives you an opportunity to create a 3-sequence email or a 3 email sequence for based on the topics that you're talking about. And then here's the blog post. So you can write this blog post, and then you can even have a post or a prompt that asks you to create the metadata description that you need to add into your websites as well, or for your blog post, I should say, as well. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to create multiple types of content that you can use, written content that you can use in a myriad of different platforms. And so for those of us who has always been just racked with, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I remember back in the day having a video, and outside of just clipping the very beginning, because you always had to start off your YouTube videos with a hook, outside of clipping that very beginning and sharing that on social media, I didn't know how else to repurpose my videos without having to start from scratch and actually create a blog that went along with it, or do the lazy man's way. And back in the day, you used to take the transcript, you used to get your videos transcribed and then post the transcription as your blog post. I don't know how many people here did that, but if anybody can relate to that, please let me know, whether you're on live or on the replay. Let me know that I'm not the only one that remembered having to do that. So this way, you're actually able to take your content and repurpose it, but also, I guess, upcycle it, because it's going to be in a different form and it's going to be presented in a different manner. So therefore, it's going to look different. It's going to seem like it's brand spanking new content. So I love this tool so far. I've used every aspect of it, and at the workshop, we're going to go in more in depth in what my exact workflow is. And then also I would love to talk to you guys about pages, but I'll go into that when we do, if you're hopefully able to come to the workshop on the 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And you have to register for it because it's not going to be here on YouTube. It's going to be on Zoom. So that's what I'm enjoying thus far about Castmagic. I haven't been on it long enough to see how often they update and do all kinds of fancy, cool things like some of the other platforms do, but I'm sure that they do, and I can't wait to see some of those upgrades. But in the meantime, let me hop over to Opus Clip. Opus Clip is a tool that is very similar to a lot of the other ones that are out there. And I've used and tried Munch. I've used and tried video.ai, Repurpose. There's some other ones that I'm drawing a blank on. There have been a bunch of them that I've tried. Opus Clip is really good too. They're all comparable. I'm not going to say that Opus Clip is like thebomb.com better than all of the other ones. They're all different. And I think you're going to find fans are going to exist for each platform. What I enjoy about Opus Clip is that it is easy and simple to use. I do have one little quirk, which is when you log in, you have to log in a really odd way. And I won't go into all of that now, but it's a little bit tedious, the way that you have to log in. But anyway, here are some of the videos that I've uploaded, and some have been expired, and then this one's there still. But all you would need to do is bring in your link from YouTube, even from Zoom if you want, as well as from Google, or you can physically upload the file from your desktop. It will then do what it needs to do, and it takes a minute, and it's not literally 60 seconds. It takes a number of minutes for it to go through what it needs to go through, but you will be able to choose what kinds, like if you want to have the length of the videos and things of that nature. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open up one that's already existing in here. So for this particular video, it already has created, I think 20 clips from this one video that was probably about 20 minutes long because it was a live, like what I'm doing right now. And what I like about all of them are doing this now, I think, if I remember correctly, all of them are giving you some sort of a score that they call a viral score or virality score. And it basically is a score that lets you or gives you some indication of the probability of your video clip, this particular clip, going quote unquote viral. They're not obviously guaranteeing and saying, yes, absolutely, but they're saying that it has a great possibility. So now they're showing you what that score is out of. I always just assumed it was whatever the number was out of 100, but now they're actually showing that that's what it is. They've now also just added this piece over here, which is a breakdown of the hook, the flow, engagement, and trending. So based on this, my hook is rated at a B and my flow is at an A, engagement is an A, and trending is an A minus. And every single one of these gives you an explanation of what these grades are based on. So you can, from here, you can play the video and then see, is this what you want? Or you can certainly then go in and edit the clip. And again, for this video, chose that I wanted to have it vertical and chose that I think I wanted to have it as high as 90 seconds long. I could be wrong. I can't remember. And then if you want, you can go in and when you edit, it allows you to edit by transcript. So if there are certain words that you want to remove, like if you want to get rid of fillers or pauses, you can certainly do that. If you want to start it somewhere else, you can certainly do that as well. And so here you can set, if you didn't want this to be the start, and let's say if I wanted this word to be the start, I could say that's where I wanted the video to start. And then if I wanted to change, I think I already changed, yeah. So if I wanted to change this, this is where I wanted to end. I could set my end there. I could highlight different words and things of that nature if that's what I wanted. The other cool thing that Opus does, and I have not been on the other ones recent enough to see if they do it, and this is a fairly new addition to Opus, is that Opus now allows you to add B-roll to your shorts or TikTok or your clips. So you have to go underneath here to design, and you would have to activate it because this would automatically be turned off. And then it says here, generate B-rolls. And your choice is, I don't know why it's not letting me, but eventually they have another one that's going to come where it's going to be AI generated stock. That's not available yet. But that's what this drop down is going to lead to. And then if you want it to include automatic emojis, you have that ability to put that in as well. And then if you want to change the style of your captions, you have the option of doing that as well as, the number of lines and how you want it to come in. Do you want it to bounce? Do you want the highlighted text to be a different color? All of that is under design. You have the ability to make all of those changes under design. But this I thought was really cool. Now, what's going to be better, that's not available yet for Opus Clip, is that at some point, hopefully in the near future, they will allow you to upload your own B-roll that you can add. Right now, it's just their stock that they have available. And then they have two types of stock. One is like generic, I guess is the best term. But then the other type of stock footage that they have is through Shutterstock. So if you end up selecting, and the way you would select it is, as you can see, there's stock images here. I actually already went through this one and changed the stock, but when you click on the areas, because it's going to, through its AI, determine where the stock footage should be. So it's going to sprinkle it out throughout your video. In some instances, they may choose pretty decently. In other instances, it's like, huh? Because they took the word maybe too literally. So what you can do is, all you need to do is click on the space where the stock footage is, and then you can just simply change your keyword or change the search term that you're going to choose. So I think I ended up, I think I may have put vlogger here, and that's how I got that one. I can't remember. Yeah, I probably did vlogger. So you can see these are the choices of stock footage, and you can see, I don't know if you can tell, there's a watermark that says Shutterstock. So if you chose this, then you're going to have to pay a premium per month, which isn't bad. $4 for 5 premium is not bad. So if you wanted, and I'm going to put this one back, you could do that. But I look forward more to them allowing the user to upload their stock footage because of two things. One, you may have your own library of stock, which I do. And two, you may want to create your own B-roll of yourself for these videos. So that would be the other advantage to being able to do that. The other downside about this, which I'm hoping they are going to be working on, is you cannot move the footage. So if you wanted to stretch it out, if you wanted to move it from one portion of the timeline to another, right now you cannot do that. So wherever they place the stock or the B-roll is where it stays, and that's that. So when you are finished, all you would then need to do is hit save and compile, and your video is ready. So what I tend to do is I look at all of the ones that are like 95 and above, and I use those that I will then download and share on my social media platforms. I send to my email list, I insert in blogs, and do all of those different things that you can afford to do. So that's it. I wanted to just come in and share that with you guys. I hope that you found it informative and helpful. I hope that you're going to be able to start to think of different ways that you can use both of these tools in order to grow your presence online by creating content in written and text format, as well as in video for if you're using Opus, so that you can have a wider footprint on social media and just online, because a lot of this that we're doing can be used for your blogs. It can be used for, like, if you have a Medium account and you want to put articles on Medium, you can certainly use Castmagic to create some of those things. So if you are interested in trying either of these tools out, there are links on YouTube and on YouTube Shorts. There are links. I will add links to LinkedIn and Facebook later. And please let me know what your feedback is. I want to hear from you, and hopefully you'll also be able to attend the workshop, the free workshop that's happening on the 27th, so that you can actually ask questions, because obviously I sort of gloss through a lot of these things. So hopefully you'll be able to attend the workshop as well and ask whatever questions and actually see things in action. I will be going over the pages feature so that you can see how that works. And I hope to see you all there. But in the interim, please keep looking at these live streams. I'm coming in every single week. Next week, I'm doing my other super, super, super favorite, which is Jasper.ai. And then I forgot what we're doing for March. But my goal is to really come in with different tools or different aspects of maybe the same tool. I might feature one type of thing in one tool one month and then do something completely different. If there are tools, particularly video or social media related, where it's content creation that you want me to feature, let me know. And because maybe it's a tool that I'm familiar with, and maybe it's a tool that I'm currently using or have been thinking about using. And if I can, I will certainly try it out and then bring you my thoughts. I might do a month of, just testing different tools and things of that nature so that I can share my experience with you. But I appreciate you both here on YouTube Shorts as well as on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next week at the same time for Jasper.ai. I hope to see you on the workshop. Take care, and thanks for watching. Have a good one. Enjoy.